Welcome back, guys, to Unapologetic Voices. You're tuned in listening to Kyle Elio Torres and my beautiful co-host, Thomas Tripp. We're about to run it down and continue from our last session. Hope you guys enjoy any of this. If you do, you know the spiel. Shoot that like, shoot that comment. Hit us up on our email at unapologeticvoices1@gmail.com. Thank you guys for listening. Let's get started.
So I've been getting into my white boy era.
White boy era?
Man, I'm feeling the call.
Like, what do you mean?
Dude,
Elaborate for me.
I don't know what's going on. I'm getting the itch. I think it's because I want my sense of freedom again because of what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, you're poor.
Not that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that poor.
Well, you're poor because you choose to be poor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm proud of you, though.
Thanks, man.
Hey, man. Put it there.
Hey,
Congratulations, man, on your house.
not yet.
I know.
But we'll get there.
But it's there.
Yeah. It's almost there.
Just about.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
Inches away.
Yeah. As long as you find the right one. And, hey, I'm just saying this. Even if you don't find the right one and it ends up being a fixer-upper,
That's what I want, though.
I'll be there
I want...
every day to fucking break your walls out
Look at my... Oh.
and, like...
Oh.
and put up new ones, dude.
Look at my best buddy.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
What a nice guy. But that is my plan, is to get something that is actually a fixer-upper. Because first of all, it'd be cheaper. I'll probably get more out of it. And
I think you need a big backyard.
like I need
Just
it.
because of you.
I need
You need it.
I need it. I
Like,
need it.
I think you need a mowing lawnmower.
Oh.
Like a riding lawnmower.
Fuck, man.
I think you need one
I'd
of those.
kill for a lawnmower.
You know, Pelos had a riding lawnmower for like years now.
That was just sitting.
It was just sitting at his house, and he's like, nobody uses it. And I was like, who cuts the grass? He's like, I don't know. Some dude comes and cuts our grass.
It's hard to
I was
cut
like-
the grass. They have 50 cars on that.
Yeah, I know.
On
And I
the
was
lawn?
like, does it work? And he's like, it should work. Like, we just don't use it. And I'm like, can I have it? And he's like, no, we use it. I'm like, okay.
That's funny.
Keep in mind, I don't have the grass. You know,
To
like
use it.
I only
but
have
you
that
want
little
it.
patch up front and the patch in the back.
Yeah, but imagine you just ride it.
Dude, that's the fun
The
part.
power with a beer in your hand. I'm
Yeah.
so you don't drink beer. Neither do I.
I don't drink
But
beer,
like
but
something in your hand.
oh my god, dude!
Hold on, I'm not
those fucking beers we got at the fucking rock climbing place were disgusting.
They're not even beers.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. I like that. I'm glad you brought this up. I like that brewing company. I was telling you there. I like that brewing company. They have really good stuff. In fact, next time we have a party or something like that, I'll buy some so you can taste it.
I'll try it. Just don't get grape.
Horrible decision.
Don't get grape or the
Or the
fucking
lemon lime, whatever the
lime.
fuck they had.
Ugh.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a Michigan brewing
When
company.
that bitch told me it tastes like Sprite, I fucking almost slapped her.
Liar. She's never had a Sprite.
Yeah,
She doesn't drink Sprite like
never
we
had
do.
a Sprite.
I don't. You know me. I hate pop.
Yeah,
I'll fuck up a Sprite.
dude.
I'll fucking stick my dick in that
I
thing.
only like drinking Sprite. I drink Mountain Dew,
Sure.
but I don't enjoy Mountain Dew the way I enjoy Sprite.
The way I enjoyed a cold can of Sprite after like a hard day, like the other day, I got Chinese food.
Yep.
They had cold cans of Sprite, ice cold, and I was like, "Give me one of them boys."
Let me get one.
When I was picking up the order,
Did you drink it the way that I taught you? Good man.
I didn't at first. I'll be
You
honest.
took-
I was sipping it because I was in the car. When I got home, I was like, "Oh yeah, man, it was still ice cold."
You gotta let it hit the back of your
It was
throat
beautiful.
before you taste it.
It was a beautiful moment.
Yeah, man.
So the house,
Just like the way
I
that
literally
drink.
told my
You don't taste anything until it hits the back of your throat.
psycho. That's what she said. I told my broker lady,
Yep.
mortgage broker, I was like,
I like that.
by the way, I have an army of Mexicans, so I don't mind buying a fixer upper house. She goes, what? And I was like, don't worry about that. Like I was on the phone with her, giving my social security and everything. I was giving her all the information for like, get approval and stuff like that. And she's like, well, a lot of houses are going to have issues with it. Do you want a condo? And I was like, no. I specifically want a house. And if there's things that need to be fixed about it, don't worry. I have an army of Mexicans to assist me. And she goes, what? I'm like, it's all good.
Yep.
I was like, don't worry about that.
Like I told you, like if you had like a fucked up roof, and as long as it's not a dangerous one, I'd get up there
Right.
and I would.
Or
fix
if I
it
had
for you.
plumbing, I'd call your brother.
Yep.
Or if I had, if I have car issues, which I do, I call Pelos. It's all good.
Yeah.
We're on this together.
You've got your army of people who can do
If
things.
you guys need me to talk to people,
Now, I will
send
tell
an
you
email.
this.
That's me.
When it comes to doing like the molding and trim and shit,
Sure.
get somebody else. I'm not good for that.
I'm with you.
But I can put the wall up.
That's all you need.
Yep. That's the best I can do for you.
Hey, YouTube University will teach me the rest.
Okay, good.
I got a lot of degrees from YouTube University.
Yeah.
So going back a little bit, I'm really in my white boy era.
Okay.
And I say that,
Is it because you bought those new pants?
no.
Okay.
But they're adding to my new sense of style. I don't know what's going on, but I went through this phase a couple years ago. I really just need to ride a horse. Like, remember when I went on the cruise, and one of the best things I told you about is I love riding horses. I immediately booked a
Yeah.
$200 horse excursion just because I wanted to ride horses again.
Yeah.
I'm crazy about it, and I want to literally buy enough property, like a huge yard and stuff like that, like an acre,
Just so you can have
just
a
so I
horse?
can own a horse. By the way, I'll pay $3,000 for a horse or a mule. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Well, you're gonna pay way more.
For a horse, yeah. For mules, I can get one for about $2,000.
Well, yeah. You so like the animal is easy to get. You can get a horse for
Yeah, but the
cheap.
uptake is
The
bad.
upkeep,
It's bad.
that's the bad part
It's so bad.
because they eat so much.
Yeah, and to get I was learning about that because I'm just insane on YouTube lately.
Yep.
Learning all these things about it, like to take care of horseshoeing and medical things and stuff like that. Tens of thousands of dollars.
Yep.
Just for getting a person to get out there to clean, like if you don't do it yourself, like horseshoeing and stuff like that, making sure the feet are all good and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or any sort of care that comes with that. It's like $1,000 every time, or if not more.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, people have money for this.
That's
kind of
why,
stuff.
like, I don't know if you've ever seen the show. Dude, me and Matt used to fuck with this show way too much.
What show?
The fucking Hoof GP.
What?
It's a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And all it is this guy
Oh,
who goes around
Yeah.
like shaving hooves.
Yeah.
for, like, cows,
no, I'm crazy about it.
horses.
I'm crazy about it. I know exactly what
It's
you're talking about.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's like he'll
Yeah.
be like this, and he talks in such a
He's
like
such a
casual voice, and he's like, "This week on the Hoof GP,
yeah.
we have a really bad
Yeah.
uh
And he's like setting it right
sinus
there.
infection inside
Uh-huh.
this hoof, blah blah blah, or whatever."
Yeah, and then
He's
they're
like-
slicing it.
And you never guess what happens. Obviously, you can guess it.
You can guess.
He
yeah.
cuts it, and then boom, a ball of
Yeah.
pus just goes
and the pus
flying
comes
out.
coming. It's so nice.
Oh my god!
And then you can like
and
see.
then he's like, "Can you just believe that this is relieving so much pressure for this cow?
look how
that-
much better her leg feels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Look at her walk away now, and she is going to live a better life."
Dude, he's
Like,
like the
oh
Bob
my
Ross
God.
of shit. No, I'm with
I
you.
fucking
I'm
love
with
him
you.
so much.
Yes.
Hey, I'm not sponsored by him, but I would do anything to cheer him on any day because
You can do that.
He deserves all the love and affection he gets.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
for how he takes care of animals.
You know, on
And-
Facebook when you're scrolling and you see the video feeds, sometimes his always pops up.
And
for
the
me.
cool thing about him is that sometimes he'll do the jobs for free.
Oh, really?
Because like there are some jobs that are just so bad that he's like, I got to get out here and just help this animal.
Oh, that's nice.
you know,
Yeah,
and he's making the revenue to cover it because of the YouTube.
that's perfect.
So if you were to help, he does a lot of free work for people just because you watch his shit. So go watch him.
That's great.
I only recommend it because of that. But he also makes his money.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to make their real money. And
Yeah.
then YouTube money comes later.
Yeah.
But still,
Still.
fucking Hoof GP. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's just like the guy that does the grass thing, the grass cutting.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
So in
He's
my
really
white
nice.
boy era, dude, I'm like,
oh yeah. Continue about that white boy era, man.
dude. So I've been looking at stores in Michigan.
Yeah.
I want to get like a custom hat made.
You just want to go places? I'll go with
Things
you.
are happening, man.
I wouldn't mind getting
I'm gonna go
custom hat.
places.
I don't think I would wear it as much though.
I would.
You're more of a bandana person though.
I am. It took me a while to discover this. I love how I look in a bandana.
I think you do.
I get a
look
lot
really
of
good.
compliments with a bandana.
Yeah.
A lot, dude. On my cruise, it was going down. People
Yeah.
were like, "Hey, daddy," and I was like, with my mom, and then I'd walk over to the bar and have a drink with my mom. Dude, My mom and I are like the best at playing like the "Don't Bother Us" card because we're fun and we're like jamming and out, and then people come to like flirt or talk with us, and my mom and I are like, "Fuck off!
See,
This is quality family time." We walk away.
I think that's where, for me and you, it doesn't quite work out.
Huh.
Because I'm down to just talk to people.
No, I am too. I'm nice.
I know, but like I think because when I'm with you,
Yeah,
we're just ready to mingle,
sure.
right? But I know like sometimes you just be like, ha, just walk away and not care.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's fucking great. And as soon as you do that, I follow suit.
I'm like, oh yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck,
We're
you
out.
know. But just like that lady with the car accident. That happened
Oh
over
my
there.
god! When you said you flipped her off on the podcast,
Yeah,
I lost my shit because that was genuine. I did not know you did that,
yeah.
and I know you're being the truth about it,
She looked at
Amazing.
me. It was like, help me.
No. dude.
Fuck
That
you.
I was so nice to her for a half hour, and then you do that. That's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
That's so funny, man.
Hey
That's
man,
great.
she almost killed you. I don't care to be nice to someone who almost
Appreciate
murdered
that.
my buddy.
I appreciate that. She literally hit me with the car.
Even though just right before this podcast, he literally emptied his gun just to shoot it at me.
That's allegedly, and he
Allegedly.
can't prove that to the court of law. And if you talk about it again, I'll shoot you for real.
I recorded you.
So yeah, man, I want to get a custom hat. I've already got cowboy boots that are fit to me, but I want to get like really nice ones, like maybe some like fucking gator skin ones. I'm just in this weird era, man. I want to go back to Wyoming. I want to like walk with buffalo again and shit like that.
That's cool. I want to go hiking.
And I've been playing Red Dead.
I want to.
We are gonna
I
plan.
want to do like a good camping trip
We are.
where
It's getting warmer. We are.
I want to get eaten by a bear or something.
No, let's not
you
do
know?
that.
Like, we don't have to die.
But you, me, and Alfredo should take a trip.
I'm gonna be honest. If I get mauled by a bear, I just want to die.
I'll protect you.
No. I don't need the protection. But like I'm just saying, if I was to get mauled by a bear, I want the bear to kill me.
You want it to be quick.
I don't want to live.
No. Oh, like slashed and all that and deformed.
The aftermath. Have you seen like the aftermath?
I've seen people. Yeah, where
It's
they're like ripped off.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like their face will get like half ripped
Yeah.
off.
It's like the chimp people.
and like their arms.
Like they're
will-
literally like
Yeah, they just
disfigured
get
for life.
disfigured
Yeah.
for life, and it's like maybe it would have been better if the fucking bear just said, "I'll go for the jugular this time, guy."
Have you ever seen this happened I think 3 or 4 years ago? The group of teenage wrestler boys that fought off a grizzly bear in
No. Did they win?
Colorado. Technically, they won. They would have been killed if the bear was really trying to go after them.
Yeah.
But you can see from like the scars on these kids, like they tried. They defended themselves. It's really cool.
That's
Here's the
cool.
quick story. I'll plant this.
Okay.
These boys were hiking in I think Colorado. And they were looking for fallen antlers because it was the season.
Yeah, that's
you know how
cool.
they shake.
Yeah, they could shave
antlers
them
come
off.
off?
Or
Yeah,
drop
so they were
them,
looking to pick them up.
Shed them off.
And it was 4 boys on a wrestling team in high school. And a grizzly bear
What they
charged
fucking
them.
Do suplex? Come here.
I know they made it very clear that they were all on the wrestling team. Like they said it 100 times in the interview.
We're on the wrestling team, so
No, not them. The interviewers.
I grabbed them and tackled him to the floor, and then
Yeah.
started tickling his stomach.
They were like not the teenage boys. The boys looked like they went through trauma. That's how you know it's legit. The
Yeah,
boys were
they-
like, "We
they-
are so lucky to be here."
Yeah.
The reporters are like, "You guys are heroes," blah blah, blah. And the kids are like, "We're happy to be alive, bro." I almost lost my arm. Like, yeah.
He
So
dropped his hot pocket.
So they got immediately charged. There was no warning except for when one of the kids who got really mauled.
Only a few
he
will
was
get that
like-
reference, just so you know.
When he was like, bear. And so the first guy, he gets tackled to the ground and the bear's ripping on him. And the kid has like his hand up against his like upper area right
Mhm.
here so he doesn't get killed. And he's just getting attacked, right? And this other kid who's his best friend in the group, like straight up goes on the bear and like tries to like get him off him. He's going for the bear. And the bear turns attention to him and pins him up against a tree. And the kid like puts his hands in its mouth so it can't like bite his like throat and stuff. It's just biting on his hands.
Yeah.
And you can see like under a cast how torn up he is, and he's got like the scars on his face
Mhm.
from getting slashed. And then after the other boys started joining in and like screaming at the bear took off because it was surrounded.
Yeah.
But like that bear would have murdered those kids for sure.
It would have been.
But, like,
I got this.
Seeing
guys.
these 4 kids, like super impressive, man. And you can tell how genuine they are. They're not like ego filled or anything. They're like, no, we're lucky to be alive and we're lucky we had each other. And I'm like, that's so fucking metal. I would be such a proud parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude.
It sucks that, now they're really fucked up, probably. Like, they definitely lost some motor function in their hands.
One of them did. Yeah, he looks fucking roughed up.
But that's still, like, that's best friend for life.
Oh, for sure. And the amount of pussy those kids are gonna get. No, I'm just kidding. But
Probably. Yo, I fucking fought a bear. Touched my crippy hand.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They're
rubbish.
I was like super.
That hand must
awesome
feel
to see those
so
kids.
sensitive.
What the fuck are you on right now?
Because his hand is super scarred.
Oh,
Scars are so extremely sensitive.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't think I have big enough scars that
Oh.
I've felt stuff like
Well,
that.
the largest scars that I have is this one on my hand and on the bottom of my foot because I had a pole rip through it.
Tell that story.
I think I not tell that story?
No, I would have remembered.
Well, it happened in Cuba.
Okay.
It
What's going on in Cuba?
always is. Whenever when anything
Don't go to
bad
Cuba
happens
anymore.
to
How
me,
about that?
It's always Cuba.
You want to see Cuba? Go on Google pictures.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say long story short because I want it to be a long story.
Okay.
Um,
It's a goddamn shame.
yeah, my dad has, or not my dad, but on my dad's side, my family has a big ranch, huge ranch, right? Within that ranch, there's like, I don't know, like maybe 100 goats, maybe less, but there's just a shit ton of fucking goats / sheep or whatever. They don't really like trim sheep. It's just it's not like for coats or anything. It's just for like the milk and meat or whatever. That's what they're bred for. But my family are like pig farmers / sheep and goat farmers and stuff. And what?
Oh.
Was that funny?
No.
They also have banana trees and stuff like that, but I don't really talk about their agriculture, But nonetheless, fucking
The price of bananas has gone up so bad in the last few years.
Yeah.
It's so hard to live in America right now.
well,
It's so dumb.
yeah,
It's so
ridiculous.
dumb. I can't pay $7 for eggs. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I will say eggs haven't really been in my house lately, and I love eggs.
I love eggs.
Yeah,
And I used to have 3 eggs a day.
dude.
And it's like,
I would wake up a little bit earlier just so that I could like make myself an egg sandwich.
yeah, just quick egg,
And
cheese,
then-
yeah.
And then I'd be like, boom, I got that. That's my breakfast of the day. And I would feel good.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I wouldn't even think I would need lunch. I would be like, whatever,
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Solid, yeah.
I could wait till I get home. But I don't do that anymore. I just eat a bowl of fucking cereal.
When I get a house, I'm getting chickens. You know, Miriam Kuza has chickens. She
Yeah.
wants to sell them to me. She actually wants to give me a couple for
Are
free.
they actual chickens or are they what are those fucking other things called?
Roosters?
No. They're tiny
No.
quails.
Oh, no, not quails. No,
Well,
she's got
you
real
can
chickens.
eat quail eggs.
Yeah.
And they make a lot of
Yeah.
eggs.
No, she's got legit chickens.
Oh, okay.
She's brought me some of her eggs before.
It's really easy to, it's really cheap to buy some quick chickens.
Yeah, but like I could get them from free that I know are healthy and well bred from Miriam.
Makes sense.
Continue. With
So-
Cuba.
So yeah, in Cuba, my family has their own ranch and all that, and they have like hundreds of acres, right? Like because they just they're farming, so like they have a lot of space. Well, there are. I don't know if it's wolves, but I think there are wolves in Cuba.
If not, they're coyotes. There's something.
If not, it's some form of dog
Chupacabra.
that will fucking eat the goats and shit, right? Well, my uncle set up a trap where it was successful. Like there's areas where like goats just won't go, or like the sheep and wherever the herd goes, it's like the areas where like if they go that way, they're straying too far from the path, right? Well, those paths, he put traps, and I didn't know that there were traps. Me and one of my best friends at the time when I was in Cuba, because we were little and I made a best friend, we were like, yo, let's race from this end all the way to that end of the fucking thing, right? And we literally, like, mile long run, right? We're booking it, and all of a sudden, I run, and I step and like I fall into like a hole, right? And it's like I fall into this hole, I step on this thing, and a metal pipe just goes right through my foot,
Wow.
and I immediately hit the ground, and I'm like screaming for dear life because
Yeah.
I
You just got booby trapped.
I got booby
You
trapped.
got Vietnam booby trapped.
Yeah,
Oh, is that what it was for the dogs?
yeah.
It's for the dogs to fall into?
So what would happen is if the dog stepped on it, there was a pressure plate that would shoot a piece of metal into its throat.
Wow. And you stepped on
And
that?
I stepped on it,
Idiot.
stabbed right into my foot.
I'm sure somebody warned you not to go running across the field before.
If they did, I didn't know about it because all I remember is I got stabbed. I was on like the other side of the fucking thing, right? So nobody came to me fast. I was just stuck there on the floor with a metal pole ripped through my foot. And my friend was like, do I go get help? What do I do? And like, I'm just screaming, right?
Bleeding out.
The fucking neighbors who like, I just so happened to be closer to them.
Oh, they heard you?
That some random grown man comes, sees the shit in my foot, and is like, oh my God, let me help. Yanks that bitch right out.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yanks the bitch right out of my fucking foot.
Wow.
And then he like carries me. Like he literally like one-armed picked me up like a fucking rat,
Yeah.
you know? And he like, you know, carries me normal after he picked me up and like rushes me to like my family's house. And then he like throws me on the porch and is like slamming on the door. I remember the whole thing being like really fast, but for me it felt like hours, you know? And like my mom was like, what the fuck happened? And then I was like, fucking pole ripped through my foot. And then like I just remember my uncle being like, I remembered those traps, you know? Like, oh, maybe I should have said something, you know? I don't know if that's really how the conversation went, because he was speaking Spanish and everybody was like Matic, you know? But I don't remember him telling me about the traps. So my mom was like, okay, we need to get the fuck out of here. We had a chauffeur at the time because we were bougie. And my mom was like, get in the fucking car. She like threw me in the car. We rushed all the way to the doctors, and then she told me, she was like, okay, I need you to understand, before we go into the hospital, you need to not make any noise. You are a deaf mute. You can't speak.
Yeah, don't say anything.
And I'm like, why? I'm in fucking pain. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm saying all this shit because I don't even know if there's like metal shrapnel in my fucking foot or whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I need to get x-rayed.
Rust.
I need to get
Yeah.
fucking stitched, and then they got to give me tetanus shot.
Yeah.
A bunch of shit. Right? And my mom was like, this is like an extremely low-end countryside fucking hospital that's literally a one-bedroom, one doctor,
Yeah.
nothing special here,
Right.
right? So then I'm like, well, what the fuck does that mean? She's like, they don't help Americans. They hate Americans here.
Mm.
Because the area that we were in was like a big communist spot at the time. So they were like big revolutionaries, right? And I was like, fuck, I really can't say anything. So I tried my best. They put me on the fucking table to get stitched up because they didn't have anything to scan my foot, right? This was like too small of a hospital to have anything. No x-ray, no fucking antibiotics, no like whatever. They just slapped me on the fucking table, said, yeah, we can help him. They didn't numb it. They didn't give me any drugs. They didn't do shit. They just started stitching into my foot with fucking fishing wire. And I was like, as soon as that bitch stabbed my foot with that needle once, immediately tried to scream. The fucking the chauffeur that we had immediately grabbed my fucking face and like was holding my mouth shut. And I was trying to scream as loud as I fucking could.
Wow.
I couldn't help it. It
Yeah.
was just true pain, you know? And I was like, fucking, I don't know. I don't have a way of like comparing it to anything, you know? It was just fucking essentially just being tortured by the fucking doctor.
Sure.
But you know, they stitched my foot up, and then after they stitched my foot up, my mom was like, you can talk now. And then I'm like, I thought you said we couldn't talk in front of the lady because they wouldn't help us because we're American. And she was like, "Oh, I fucking lied. I just didn't want you screaming." I was like, "You bitch."
You can take a drink of water.
I'm sitting there, fucking.
Have you noticed that you
bl-
say fucking a lot
blood?
before
Yeah,
things?
yeah. Why?
I'm just wondering. Hey, look at you. Nah, you've ruined it. I thought you were going to drink it like a normal person for a second. there.
No.
There's way too many noises going on. I could hear everything.
It's a good drink.
Wow.
But that was like one of the bigger scars. It's not as big anymore because it happened to me when I was little,
Sure.
and my foot got bigger over
I mean,
time.
you're very lucky that all the bones were in place and everything.
Oh yeah, I didn't mess any of the bones up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
You got Vietnam booby trapped.
Just so you know, the metal pole didn't go fully through my foot.
Mm-hmm.
It went because there was a sharp end and like a rounded end.
Yeah.
The sharp end went through,
Right.
but the rounded end
Your foot
didn't,
stopped
so it got
on, like,
stopped.
Yeah.
So it's like
It makes sense to me.
the skin did this.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Okay. So not too bad. Wolves or whatever fucking animal that they were using those traps for.
Yeah.
They die.
Chupacabra.
Yeah, the little chupacabras. They'd get fucking murdered. Which, whatever. Nothing bad about that.
No?
You kill my livestock, I kill you.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
It's a fair trade.
Fair trade.
Keeps nature's balance.
Yeah. I will say this though. I went to a friend's ranch area, and this was before I even knew there were wolves, right? So this happened beforehand where I was really little. It was me, my sister, my brother, and we walked around his ranch. His ranch, triple the size of my family's.
Nice.
This man, I loved this man. He was really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, well, no. So, like, I would consider him my grandpa in Cuba.
Oh,
You know?
I gotcha.
His name was Sayus.
What happened to you?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You got all water-eyed.
Oh, because I remembered Sayus.
Okay.
I actually loved him, like,
Oh.
deeply.
Nice.
But
Hey, your whole expression just changed.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's because of how much I knew his family didn't like him, you know? But, when you're that wealthy and then they're only with you for the money.
Oh, yeah.
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 Like, he treated my family way better than his family because of it.
I gotcha.
Because we had money, whatever, but we liked him.
Mm-hmm.
He was also our first chauffeur,
Nice.
which was really cool. But, nonetheless, we went to his fucking place, and I almost got killed by a wolf there.
What happened?
So he was explaining to my mom, and I remember listening to it. He was like, yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, if you walk around the ranch, there's a lot of like carcasses and like dead animals and bones everywhere, right? And as soon as he said that, I was like, oh yeah, I know where like a giant cow head is. And I immediately ran into the woods. It's pitch black dark.
That's not a good idea.
And I was like, I can find it for you. And I say that fast as fuck to my mom and like them. They ignored what I said, right? Because they weren't thinking that I would run into the woods randomly. I start going through these woods, and he has like, I don't know what kind of fucking trees they were, but they grew some sort of plant that he sells, right?
Weed.
No, not weed.
Hibiscus.
No, it's like a fruit.
All right.
When I said plant, I meant to say fruit.
Okay.
So it sold like some sort of fruit. It was like coconuts and like something else that he sold.
It's not important. Continue.
Not important. But I started running through the woods, and I barely could see, right? And like I got this sense of unease, and it hit me really hard. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like I see this tall grass, like just like safari style tall grass, you know? And I'm like, there's something. I feel like this energy coming from over there. And I don't want to be that guy like I sense energy, you know? But I was like,
It's a sixth sense.
I was like, if I don't get the fuck out of here right now, something's going to happen to me.
Yeah, it's a natural sense.
And I start like freaking out. I climb the tree, right? Because it was actually an easy climb. I start climbing it. I get to like, I would say like maybe about that height, like the top of my ceiling or whatever.
Okay.
I get that high up as I start climbing, and as soon as I get up there, I see this huge black thing just zip past the tree.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, what was that? And then I'm like, I can't come down. If I come down, I don't know what's going to happen to me. You know? So I'm like holding on to this tree, and like it's like a weirdly shaped tree. So like it's not meant for people to climb on,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I'm just like screaming from the top of the tree,
Help.
can anyone hear me? There's something here. I don't know what it is. And then all I hear is like loud pots.
How are you alive?
I don't know.
There's so much shit going on with you.
Loud pots and pans, right?
Oh yeah,
like,
they're trying to like make noise.
Yeah, and like lights from like flashlights and lanterns, they come running out. And I'm like, I'm up here, I'm on the tree, blah blah blah, right? And like I remember getting pulled out of the tree, and like we all walked back, and my mom cussed me out for running off, and like, you know, she beat me a little bit. But it was one of those, I was like, I don't understand. Like, I don't even know what the fuck that thing was. Cause like I said, it zipped by really fast. And it was dark enough to where like I couldn't really see what it was. And he was like, yeah, there are literally like wolves roaming the fucking land, killing my goats and stuff. It was like, that's what you were trying to say? And that's when I first found out that those things exist there. Like whatever the predator is. You know, they don't fuck with humans, but they fuck with the livestock.
Or lonely small children
Lonely small children
in the forest.
who have something to prove.
You almost got taken away.
Yeah. So I almost got slaughtered on my grandfather's ranch.
Damn.
And then, you know, on my father's ranch, I did get fucking slaughtered pretty much because my foot got stabbed.
Right.
Yeah.
I get the.
Yeah.
I smell what you're stepping in.
Yep. All right.
I don't know how close to death I've ever come with a wild animal. I think the closest is the shark. Did I tell the story on the podcast? I don't think I did. In the Philippines?
No, not with a shark.
Okay.
Because the closest thing to death that you've explained so far is your mom trying to kill you.
That's the only time?
and your car crash.
Car crash. There's been a couple instances, but overdose. But
Yeah, but you never spoke about that one.
Nah, I don't really like that one.
Yeah, well, then why mention it now?
Well,
I like
might
to
as
keep
well tell
people.
it.
I like to keep people invested.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Someday he'll explain his.
When I was 9 years old, my mom took me on a trip to the Philippines, and we went to Boracay, which is a very famous, beautiful island chain in the Philippines. It's like, well, you've probably seen pictures of online for like, you know, Microsoft screensavers or stuff like that, or Windows screensavers, how it just randomly flips through like beautiful landscapes as a background if you don't set a background on a computer, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like Boracay is one of those places where it's so beautiful you take a picture and you like literally leave it as a background, or like if you go into somebody's house, it's a painting of how beautiful it is, because it's like these wonderful natural islands, perfect weather, and crystal blue water. Like you can see 1,000 feet down to the bottom if the sun is right. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like it's incredibly beautiful. So anyways, long story short, we were jet skiing with a group of people, and my mom said it was okay if I was on my own jet ski with a life vest and everything. And so we were jet skiing with a few people and like whatever, and I was pretty young back then.
Did you have your boating license?
Not at that time.
Shameful.
I'll tell you a funny story of how I got my boating license. I was jet skiing, and I was going really fast. I was racing this other kid who was on the vacation. Like, so he was like there, you know, and he was in Boracay.
I want to
and,
say that sounds like a privileged thing, but I literally had jet
He
skis
was
my whole
black.
life.
He what?
Nothing. Keep going.
Oh, not white privilege, just privilege.
Yeah, it sounded like a
Oh.
privilege thing.
Oh.
But I also had jet skis like my whole life.
Right. No. Yeah, it was just we were on vacation kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, it was nothing crazy. But so I was racing this kid. He goes, "You want to race?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so we were racing the jet skis. That's how he sounded. And I turned too hard like this, and I flew off the jet ski.
That's how all children sound in your head.
Yeah, like little shits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going, keep going.
I'm not incorrect.
Yeah.
Although, I did meet a little English kid the other day at the airport. Politest little motherfucker I've ever seen. Good time, mate. Yeah, all right.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sounded
but
that.
like professionally English. Like he was like,
Gotcha.
"Good day, mate. You all right?" But he was like 6. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
And here I thought you were about to say fucking crikey or something. With the,
No,
you just
I'm
said
sorry.
that.
I know the first one was a little Australian.
Yeah.
This one was a
100%
little more
Australian.
British.
I'm like, oh.
All right, so
You said he was fucking British, kid. I'm like, I didn't hear British in that tongue.
by the way, the cutest child I've ever seen in my life who wasn't Asian was when I was in Scotland.
Grubby?
Was when I was in Scotland and there was a little redhead girl who with a Scottish accent. I thought it was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
All right.
Like a little 5-year-old girl, like talking to her parents. She
Yeah, I
was
gotcha.
like, "Mommy," and I was
Yeah,
like,
however she said it.
"Holy shit!" Yeah, I didn't want to butcher
I-
it that time.
I also understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if it's not an Asian baby, that because they're like probably the cutest thing in the world.
Dude, fucking Johnny's fucking nieces and nephews are so fucking cute.
They're just so cute. Yeah, I bet
fucking hate how cute the two little girls are.
those little pure Chinese babies.
Dude,
Fuckers.
like we went out to eat
Yeah,
and like I watched them look at the claw machine and like I don't know who it was. I think it was the dad or like an uncle or something.
Yeah.
Who tried to like play the claw machine, and I didn't want to be that guy, but I walked up to him and I was like, "Let me play,"
yeah.
you know.
Let me win them something.
And I was like, "I can do this. Don't
Yeah.
worry." And as soon as I got he put money in the machine, pulled it out, and then it had like these stupid tokens that you had to like play.
Yeah.
I fucking took the tokens out of his hand.
Oh god,
And I went, do.
you asshole.
And then, like, without any effort. And I fucking won, like, it was like a little doggy,
Mm.
right? And then it was like a little doggy. And I was like, boom, pulled it out. I gave it to the littlest little girl. And then, like, I was like, and now I'll do more. And then, like, the guy was so impressed. He went, bought more coins, handed them to me. And I got, like, the other one, I think it was either a teddy bear or a panda, like something, but it was like teddy bear style, right? Same brand toy, and I won it instantly. I was like, boom, there you go. And like he was just like, oh, thank you, blah blah blah, in his like whatever the fuck language he was
Shusha.
speaking. Yeah, and like the little girls, the fucking smile on their faces.
Damn.
I was like,
I know. I want to adopt a little Chinese baby.
fucking little Chinese.
They're
kids.
so cute, man. They're great.
Yeah.
All right, so I flew off the jet ski into this crystal clear water, and the the little like tag that comes off that you like attach yourself to on a
Yeah.
jet ski, so the emergency
So
brake.
that it'll turn off so
Yeah.
it doesn't leave you.
Yeah, so I flew like 6 or 7 feet, too far for like a little kid. I was probably like 8. So maybe like 7 feet away from the jet ski, and the tag ripped off. And I remember falling into the ocean with my life jacket on and coming up for air, and I was like laughing. I was having a good time. I didn't mean to fly off, but whatever. And with the force that I flew off with, the jet ski just kept drifting. Even though it stopped, it kept going probably another 10
it
feet.
drifts a little bit.
Yeah. So it kept going up. And so I was about to start swimming towards it, but I looked down. When I looked down, I can see everything. It's beautiful. I get distracted for a second. I'm looking down and I'm kind of treading with the life vest, and I can see like all kinds of beautiful fish and whatever. I'm like right in between two little like not sand bars, but like rock formations that are coming out of the water. So I'm like right in between two of these beautiful rock formations that goes down. You can see maybe like 30 to 40 feet down is the sand and the bottom, right? And so I'm like, wow, there's a lot of big stuff swimming around or whatever, right? And I'm like treading the water and I'm kicking very rapidly, I feel like a bump, a nudge, on my leg. And I look down and I'm like, what the fuck? It wasn't that big, but it was as big as me, as a little kid.
So like a medium size.
Like a medium sized, like fucking like tiger shark or something. It was the same color as your floor. Like it was like a tan shark with like
Gotcha.
little. It had either stripes or spots. I couldn't tell because I was a kid.
Yeah,
But I think it might have just been the sun rays hitting the waves over it.
those sharks don't get too big, but they are pretty good
They're
sizes.
for a kid. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
pretty big.
For a kid,
So
enough to hurt you still.
As soon as it nudged me, I shit. I literally like pissed. I don't know if I shit, but I remember pissing myself in the water and screaming. And that thing went like looped around back towards me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did this huge loop and the fin kind of broke the water a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was screaming and crying. And this was all happened in like 7 seconds. I was screaming and crying, freaking out. And I hear zoop, because it reminded me of your story of the guy picking you up like a little rat.
Yeah.
I just felt the hand of God rip me out of the water with like ease, nothing. Like I was a fucking weightless paper bag, and throw me onto his jet ski. It was one of the jet ski guys, like the people that taught you how to ride.
Yeah.
You know, the guides basically, right?
Yeah.
He picked me up, put me back on, and took me over to my mom. Not even to my jet ski. It was like, hey, he needs to ride with you for the rest of the time, and that was it. But I was like in a fucking downpour, and my mom was like, "What the fuck happened? What? Like, what's going on?" I couldn't even talk to her. I was
That's
like
cool.
in so much shock.
I will say this. Sharks are notorious for testing the waters. So it probably bumped you with the
No,
full
it
thought
bumped.
of,
Yeah,
oh, it's not going to fight back.
I'm gonna
I can
eat it.
come back and
Yeah,
bite
yeah, yeah.
them.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing bumped me to test to see if I was edible for sure.
Yeah.
Because the way it like literally it scared me for a decade. Like until I was like 16, I didn't touch salt water again.
I gotcha.
You know, and I've always had a fascination with like fish and the ocean and everything. I wanted to be a marine biologist when I was a kid. That scared the fucking dog shit out of me. Like just to know that a predator like that or something. Like here's the thing, I didn't even register when I was a kid that it was a shark. I was like, there's a beast. This is like when I was watching like Pirates of the Caribbean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is 9-year-old me.
That's the good shit.
That was
too.
like it was like 2004 or something, 5, and I was like, man, scariest thing ever. But that's to go with your wolf story, where like that might have been the closest with like
animal wise death.
animal wise
I
death that
gotcha.
I've come to, because I've seen black bears
It's
in
not
the
the
wild,
first for me. But
dogs. Yeah, nothing.
But just to jump on the jet ski thing, back when I was younger, my family we had jet skis, right?
Mhm.
One of them that was meant for like speed, like only one person's supposed to be on it. It goes super fast.
Right
She
on.
could go like 90
Nice.
on the water.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that was a 2-person one. It could only go about 70. But I remember one time I was driving the one that goes 90, and I'm like, I'm just gonna gun it and go as far as I can, right? I gunned it. I'm probably going. I know I'm not going 90. I probably went like 60 or above.
Feels like 90.
It felt like
Yeah.
it. I hit the worst wave I could have ever hit.
Yeah.
You never wanna hit
Did you hit it
waves.
head on?
Oh,
Like the tip like went
dude,
in?
I got fucking
The brakes.
I got launched.
Yeah, I bet.
I got skipped across the water.
Damn.
I bounced 1, 2, 3, and then rolled
Nice.
and still was moving. You
Nice.
know, it's like how much speed and momentum I lost. And when I finally got back, I couldn't I was frozen like in time. Like that whole thing, I couldn't move my body. I was stiff, you know? And then like air just went back into me and I was like, and I swam back to the fucking thing and I got back on it, you know?
Mm.
But it's just how bad I got skipped. It hurt so bad. And I just remember my fucking cousin, actually, it wasn't my cousin. He was my coworker, but I called him a cousin.
Yeah.
He fucking he drove up right next to me with the other jet ski, and he was like, "Hey man, quit being a bitch and get back on the jet ski." And me, you know, because I had the air knocked out of me so hard.
You know what's weird? Whenever you describe like a family member, they always talk the exact same as your brother. Like they always talk. Like you always
I don't know.
you always sound like your brother when you're interpreting
Well,
them.
the thing is, he was Cuban and he had like a really big Cuban accent,
Mm,
but I can't pull off that accent very well.
okay.
Yeah, but he literally starts every conversation with, "Hey man."
Yeah, like, hey man,
Yeah,
why?
I don't know. It's a Cuban thing.
All right.
I don't know.
No, I like it. I'm with you.
But
I'm just making that reference. Like, it always just sounds like you're referencing your brother. with every person you ever tell me about from Cuba.
I guess so. A lot of Cubans say and do a lot of like
Similar.
similar things.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Like literally like fucking Cuban language 101. If you can say the word pinga, you can get away with a lot of conversations.
What's pinga mean?
Dick.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like
Like if someone asks you how your day is, you just go pinga.
they use that as like the most
That's the slang?
common word.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you could just be doing something and then someone would be like, binga, or like, you know,
Cock.
yeah.
Why?
They just outright cock.
Dick.
Yeah. Penis.
I kind of get
but,
it.
like you'll be saying stuff, right? And then like it's just such a casual thing to just throw in your sentence, like it's just one of those like what the fuck moments, you know? Like
It's just one of those
it's their curse word that they use so commonly.
Pinga.
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 Yeah.
All right. Next time I talk to your mom, she could throw it out there.
She probably wouldn't even skip a beat.
Pinga. Pinga.
Yeah, pinga.
I'm not saying like the N word in Cuban, right?
No.
Okay. Pinga.
Yeah, it literally just means fucking penis.
That's awesome.
There's
You can't say vulva like vagina.
I don't know. In Cuba they say panocha boyo.
What's boyo? Or is it panocha boyo?
Either one of them.
Oh, okay.
Boyo is, pussy.
Ah,
Panocha is pussy.
nice.
You could also say papaya.
Mm.
Because a lot of people, say papayas are like pussies. So
Ah,
even in Cuba, they use that terminology, papayas. Like you could be like walking with your cousin, and he'd be like,
mango.
look, mira ahí, mira las papayas.
I
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, like
That's
you're
how you
checking
look-
somebody out.
Yeah, that's how you
Oh,
look at the girls.
I see what you're saying. Mango.
It's pronounced mango.
Whoa. Dude, that's like the whitest I've ever heard your voice.
Thank you.
I think you could do a really good like Karen interpretation if you were to like explain to somebody what a Karen was.
I'm sure I could.
Like you could pull that character out.
Yeah,
Like
probably.
if you had a list of characters you could play at any time,
Oh, like
I feel like you could really pull like a good like white mom, like I'm a bitch
you
kind
know
of
what's
thing.
funny?
Huh.
Me, I usually don't talk about Gabasha much,
Okay.
but
Penguin.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were in the office, and he like heard me on the phone, right? And he was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "I'm on the phone with a telemarketer right now, or not a telemarketer, but like the IT support team for our company, right? Because how it changed." And he, without a beat, was like, "Oh, you're talking to one of them." And he goes up to my ear, and
Oh no.
he's like, "Did you enjoy the customer service?"
Oh
Durka,
god.
durka, durka, durka. And like he says that shit in my ear, and
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
I'm sitting there laughing, like,
Yeah.
and he's just saying all this like racist shit.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, I muted the call.
Okay.
And I was like, you don't know how much I love you. and then he grabbed my titty and left.
Props.
Yeah, and then I unmuted and I was like, I'm still here.
He slowly became one of the boys.
Dude.
He's getting there.
He is so fucking funny.
If he was into our stuff, he'd be cool. Like gaming, manga,
Yeah, but-
conventions.
He plays it off really well, but he's very religious.
Yeah, no, he's taking a trip to Saudi
Yeah,
next week
I know.
to
He's
go
so
pray and
excited.
shave his head. No, he like changed personas. When he found out he got the okay to go and Obeda's gonna cover his shift,
Yeah,
he like completely changed. She's like, I'm so excited. I can't wait to go. I'm gonna shave my head and like, really get closer to God and everything, blah blah blah. And I'm like, wow.
well, it's because it's a great opportunity.
To
for
hear him talking
you know?
about like, doing everything you're not supposed to do
Oh,
for the
dude,
last few weeks.
crazy shit that he says,
They're
and then he's just like, "I am God's child."
bro, hanging out in Dearborn for my teenage years and just listening to the backward shit about this stuff is so funny to me. Like they're so crazy about. I'm not talking shit about Islam, but like the people that I was surrounded with, they are so insane about their beliefs and stuff and everything, but then they'll go smoke, drink, bang chicks, and do everything that the Quran says you're not supposed to do. Then they'll be like, nope, I gotta go pray right now. Be right back.
Yeah, you gotta
Or then they'll be
they gotta
like,
make up for it.
yeah.
They
or
gotta truly repent.
the only thing they don't do is eat pork at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's it. They'll do everything
Unless
else.
it's by mistake because I fed you.
I may have been guilty of that 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
It wasn't without apology, but like,
I didn't apologize.
for example, like Obeda the other day, I had to double check I didn't accidentally give him alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Because what did I? Oh, he was sick, and I just got done being sick.
Yeah.
So that was Monday.
Yeah.
I gave him cough medicine because he was coughing and stuff,
Oh, and
and
there's
he was
sometimes
just about to
alcohol in
take
cough
it, and I
medicine.
was like, "Wait!" I was like, "Hold on," because Obeda's my boy.
Yeah.
I care, you know. I'm like, "Hold on, let me make sure there's no alcohol." He's like, "Oh, Thomas, bro," you know what I mean? So
yeah, but if it's medical, wouldn't it be okay?
no,
Still no?
no,
Mm.
isn't that crazy?
I guess.
They have a. It's here's the thing. If like that's why I was asking about your mom
'cause
earlier.
That's not out of pleasure. It's out of, necessity.
But it's still like man-made.
Yeah.
That's interesting,
Oh.
isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. So like I was asking earlier about when you said your mom is interested in religion, but you don't know if she's religious. That's why I asked. I wasn't asking in a condescending way. I was asking like because I find that stuff and history so fascinating. Where like I talk with Obeda about it, I'm like I don't understand.
I use Obeda for so much information.
Yeah, me too.
Because of how much he knows.
He's
about
so
his
interesting.
religion.
Yeah. I'm
And
like
how much he knows about other religions because
Yeah.
because apparently in his book it's important to know the other religion.
the enemy.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
important to know the enemy.
yeah. Because like that time where you explained he asked you to turn the music off, and it never stuck with me that like, oh, this is another thing about Kabasha, but like, he doesn't listen to music because music is technically like banned. The only thing he can listen to is like choir basically of his religion and a single drum
Right.
from, celebration of his,
Want to know something funny?
huh?
The other day he came into the office and he was feeling good.
Okay.
I guess. And he started like mumbling a song.
Yeah. Did you get him?
And like I immediately turned around and I was like, "Hey, there better be one drum to that song."
Yeah. Did you get him?
And he was just like, he's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
There's only one beat.
He likes to get defensive because he knows he messed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like that one time we were listening to the Overhead music, and he was like humming it and jamming it. I was like, "Hey, that's haram." And he goes, "Oh, you're right, brother. You're right." No, I was thinking about something else. I'm like, "No, I know you like listen to some music." Because I was
It's
asking,
hard to avoid it.
it is hard. That's one of those things where I'm interested. Where I'm like, hold on, there's a lot going on where it's just unavoidable. Like, what if you have to take a medicine or you will die? You know what I mean? But it's
Die.
man-made. They're like, die. And I'm like, what if it gets injected into you, but you're unconscious? And they're like, well, then I have to pray for forgiveness constantly. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, you know what I mean? That's
But-
asking too much as a
You
god.
can't be forgiven.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about a lot of stuff.
Well, they say like there is a forgiveness phase, right? You have to go and do a specific task multiple times. And once you complete that task
Mhm.
multiple times, you are then cleansed of whatever you've done. At least that's what Obeda was explaining to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so how long could it take? He's like, it could take 2 years.
hmm
It all depends on like
The sin.
the circumstance
And how much
of
you
it.
feel you need to repent for it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
No, I get it.
How guilty you feel.
Faith is a powerful thing.
It truly is.
The bums could be faithful to us,
The
brother.
bums will be faithful to us.
Will?
It will
We're
be.
in. Holy
shit. sent you-
We're going to listen to shit a year from now, and bum fights will be a real thing.
Dude, did you see that video I sent you?
Which one?
It said something about
I'm worried.
it was a video about getting like 16 homeless people.
I don't remember.
And I'm gonna look the video up
Yes.
and I'm going to play it for you.
Yes.
But long story short, it's like someone else came up with the concept of getting a bucket of chicken and having it was like, hey, do you want to make some quick money and eat some food? Yeah, come with me. And then like they just go pick up a bunch of homeless people, and they're like, they got like 16 of them. They're like, all right, all of you got to whoop each other's ass, and you can win $1,000
It's like Squid Game.
and a bucket of chicken.
Dude.
And they were like, we're in, and all the bums just fought.
Even if I wasn't homeless, I'd be in.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
$1,000
and chicken.
fuck it, and some chicken,
And some chicken.
dude. Fucking like it depends on like the chicken. Like, is it?
Is it fried? Is it grilled?
rotisserie?
Is it raw? Is it rotisserie? I'm with you.
I would eat a whole rotisserie chicken.
I do it all the time.
Yeah,
You know, it's one of my like religious things. I'm
Like-
not religious. I'm just saying like
yeah.
it's a ceremonial thing.
You know,
for me.
there's a streamer that all he does is stream him eating a rotisserie chicken,
I don't.
and once he's done, that's it.
He cleans it though.
Yeah,
Buns
he
and
cleans
all.
it.
Yeah.
There was one episode where he said, "I'm going to go to this place. You guys can come cheer me up."
Oh my god! I know who you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
and thousands of
Yeah,
people
thousands.
went to see a man.
Wasn't it like just a bucket of fried chicken?
No, it
or something.
It was a rotisserie chicken.
Fuck, man! I remember hearing
He had
about
a
that.
knife and fork, and he just ate
Just
it
went to town. Yeah.
slowly
Nice
in
and
front of like
easy.
1,000 people.
And then
Ate
that
the
was it.
fucking rotisserie chicken, got up and just left.
And everybody cheered.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah.
Oh,
It was
fuck.
so big for no reason. And
Doesn't he
I-
wear a mask too, or am I crazy?
I
Like a
don't-
ski mask?
I don't think he had a ski mask. How the
Okay.
fuck was he eating?
A
But
ski mask can have holes in the center. No, like a fucking hole.
I understand. Yeah. No, he didn't cover his face. He's a well-known person.
Speaking of white boy stuff that I was talking
Yeah.
about.
What other
earlier,
white boy stuff are you doing?
I really want to go hunting for big game.
That'd be cool.
I really do. I feel it. I feel like
I-
as a natural thing, I just feel like it'd be really interesting to me.
I'll say this: as a child, I was always against hunting.
Mm-hmm.
But after I've gotten older, and I've like come to like accept like how life with animals works
Yeah.
and stuff,
Yeah.
I could go hunting and be satisfied.
I agree in terms of like I would never want to harm an animal in such a way if I didn't have to.
Unless it was a raccoon.
However, I'm shooting a raccoon. They're not people.
No, I'm talking about the last episode. You
Oh!
you-
I curb stomped that
you curb stomped a
motherfucker.
raccoon.
Hey, for mercy.
For mercy, though,
I tried to help it at first, and then I saw
it was too late. Yeah.
And let me tell you something. If I was in the Guardians of the Galaxy and Raccoon was down,
Rocket, you gotta go.
there would have never been Volume 3.
Yeah, I would have curb stomped Rocket too.
Sorry. It's a mercy.
It's a mercy.
It's a mercy.
Hey, I'm not judging you.
That person judged me when they
Let's go
drove
hunting.
away like I was committing a crime.
Let's go hunting.
Oh,
Now I will
fuck.
say,
I just took a nice piss too after that.
I wouldn't like to like hunt a deer or like something really big because I feel like I wouldn't fully utilize it. You know, I want to,
Well, what if you were with people though, like that knew how to utilize every part of it?
dude. Then I would be happy.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
But I would love to go hunt a boar. You know,
Oh,
because I know how
yeah.
I know how to clean a boar. I know
Yeah.
how to do everything.
yeah. And over an open fire
Oh my
outside,
God.
you burn all the hair off, you scrape it off.
Yeah, dude. Literally, we hunt that shit. We bring it back to my mom's house. That shit would be ready by the end of the night.
Beautiful. I've never done that myself, but I've been to the aftermath. I've been to the because I
Yeah.
told you when I went to Mexico.
So good.
Yeah, I've had the right after the cooking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, the fat and grease that comes off of it. All you non-pig eaters, missing out.
alhamdulillah. No, but
It's haram. Or
But,
whatever it's called.
yeah, man, amazing,
There you are. Welcome.
amazing. Yeah, she was sleeping the whole time.
I think she's enjoying her new.
I think she is too.
Poach, bro. I don't know how to say the word.
Area
I don't know. It's what
post is fine.
No, like perch. That's the word.
Perch,
Perch.
perch.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we should. I haven't talked to Jonathan in a while. We just send each other memes. My Jonathan,
Yeah. Ask him if he wants to go rock climbing.
he lives so far.
Oh.
He lives in Sterling Heights, which isn't that far, but he works, 12 hours a day, and he just wants to come home, sleep, and play video games. He's so advanced for his age. I'm so proud of him. He's 24, owns a house, and makes like $100,000 a year as an engineer. He does so well. I'm so
I can
proud of
only
him.
be happy for him.
Yeah, I can only be happy. I miss him a lot.
Get
He's
the
great.
Fuck out of my ear.
He's a good buddy, you know. But his family owns like a hunting cabin in a few acres up north Michigan.
Really?
I really want to go with him. He goes like twice a year during the seasons. I do think she's gonna rip your ear off at any moment, but she's good. You keep side eyeing her, she's good.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
She like
She's got one hand on you.
yeah.
She's like, you're not going anywhere.
She
you
went
little
in
whore."
my ear and was like,
Did you feed her though?
"No, haven't fed her
I was
today."
gonna say her bowl's empty.
I chose not to feed her today.
She's been very quiet. Very quiet.
She's a good girl. Yes, you are.
I'm glad she's on the camera.
No, I will say this. She all last week, whatever it was, she started destroying my couch.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, do tell.
So if I flip this cushion over, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
But on here, right
Yeah.
there, you see where it's
I
like
see it.
chewed.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like that all over.
right here, it's like chewed. Dude, it's so bad on this seat, and it's a little bit on that one, and like a tiny bit on this one. But
Mm.
this main one, she tore up, and I don't know why. Like, it's not like any reason for her to do it. Like, there's nothing different that has changed in this room that led her to believe to do that is the right thing. And she just was so angry with me for some reason. Like, I would lay here, and she would come and try to bite my toes and stuff. Like I told you, I kicked her.
Yeah.
Like, no, on instinct, I was asleep.
Yeah.
Like, my domestic abuse only happens when I'm not awake.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
But yeah, like I kicked her when I was sleeping, and like, you know, I woke up and I'm like, oh, what the fuck was that? And I see her, you know, running away because I kicked her away.
Mm-hmm.
But like this bitch, I don't know what it was, but she like walked past my feet, came all the way over here, and started like chewing on this shit, and she was like going at it hard, and I woke up, and I'm like, fuck are you doing? Grabbed her, threw her on the floor, and then she didn't bite me. Surprisingly, she was just surprised that I picked her up, put her down, and then she spent her whole time near my head looking at me angrily, menacingly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like looked at her for a second, and I like went, you know, like I blew air at her to get her away, and then
Yeah.
she like walked over here and then used like the edge here and climbed back up just to continue ripping into the couch.
Wow.
No idea why.
I just think she needs another toy or something.
That's the thing. Like, I didn't understand what changed drastically for her to go into that mode.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I always give her boxes. I always give her something to like chew and break.
Right.
And like, I started offering her a bunch of stuff, and she just wasn't taking any of it. So that's why I don't know what the fuck she wanted. And now so all the week before she was doing
She was a
that.
menace, yeah.
This week she hasn't done it at all. She's been so sweet and nice again.
I don't know.
You know what it is? It's because I haven't been feeding her. I was like, you starve, you stupid bitch.
Jesus.
I feed her every day,
Yeah. I know you do.
but I don't feed her until I go to sleep.
I got you.
Because I'm like, now you have to wait a whole 24 hours. Fuck you, you stupid bitch. I don't think that's the reason why she stopped, but I like to think it was.
Mm. She's just a baby.
Yeah. I tried to get her into chewing on water bottles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of birds like fucking with plastic bottles
Uh-huh.
and like throwing them around and doing whatever. And like, I took one and I like crushed it fully in front of her and like stretched it, crushed it, stretched it. And I gave it to her. And she like picked it up for a second, threw it on the floor. And then I'm like, fine. And I started drinking a bunch of water bottles. I just throw them at her. And she'll grab them, throw them off her spot.
Yeah, man. She'll like that
Like,
shit.
I don't want this shit here.
Yeah.
Gah. And like, she's been climbing on my desk lately. Like, she used to
Yeah.
never go on here.
That was interesting.
I put a bunch of water bottles, just smacked them out the way.
That's actually pretty
So-
funny.
I'm trying to convince her that they're fun.
Yeah.
You know?
It'd be funny if you made like a little obstacle course.
And she walks
And
through
she just went full like, oh, that'd be fun to make like a Lego like city.
you know,
Just have her walk around and break it all up.
man, that's why I miss Birdie. So like, you remember my smaller
Yeah, Birdie,
bird?
yeah.
She would do that.
Mm,
I remember I had like a bunch of like, you know, my D&D miniature figures.
okay.
I had like all of them, and I like set them up on my desk, and I like arranged them in certain ways. and she would come, get on my desk, and be like, and throw one, and then throw the other.
It's actually awesome.
And she'd be like, and like she'll do like her fucking weird little chime of being super happy.
Yeah.
And then she'd go and like step on them and
Hell
like,
yeah.
kick them. Like she would just terrorize them. I'm like, why are you doing this? You're evil, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I miss my old bird. My old bird, like I don't know what it is. None of my birds have fully liked me, you know, but they've gotten along with me. If that makes sense. Like this bird gets along with me really well.
Yeah.
It doesn't really like let me pick her up or anything, but it gets along with me. I don't know if this bird loves me per se, because when you see all
It definitely respects you.
right,
Yeah.
when you see all those other like videos where like
Yeah. Birds are like.
birds fall
they
in
show
love with
affection.
their owners,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. She's
some,
like.
like-
She's more of like an acquaintance.
yeah, like this bitch is one step from always being ready to bite me,
Right. But
You
she
know?
does.
but she doesn't go to bite.
She
me
doesn't
every
go
time.
there. Yeah.
So
I'm surprised when I slept over, she didn't like go for me or anything.
oh, no, she doesn't.
She's
ever
very
fuck with
cool.
people.
No, and she was just right there for a minute.
Yeah, she stared at you and then walked away. Right?
That was it. She didn't even look angry either. She was
No.
kind of just like,
Yeah.
"You still here?" And then she went over there.
That's how she does it every time, and I'm like, okay, that's normal. And then that 1 week, dude,
She's a
fucking
menace.
terrorized my fucking self.
It was the moon cycle.
I didn't even care.
I've told you before, but the only pet bird I've ever owned was in the Philippines
Yeah.
as a gift, and I left it over there, and it like lived for a long time. I don't know if it's still alive. That's the thing.
I want to buy a new bird so that I can have not the love and affection from it, but so that this bird could have another friend.
That's important.
Because I feel like
As long as they don't fight, that would be a good
I
thing.
feel like it'd be a nice communication thing, but the problem is that I didn't trust this bird with my two little birds.
no. Yeah,
And-
she was probably
And
she'd probably kill
She's
him.
never hurt them.
No, but I mean, you never know.
No, like she got into the cage with them.
Oh,
And I didn't know, right? Like I walked away and I came back and she broke into their cage.
she was in there.
Sat in the cage while they just stayed at the bottom screaming for help,
Oh wow,
right?
she's like
She
"Eh."
she didn't yeah,
That's funny.
she didn't care to hurt them or anything. And you know, like I googled it and all that. They're like they're not necessarily going to hurt the other bird, but they are bigger and they can hurt them.
Right.
You know,
It was just saying it's a possibility. Yeah.
right. So like I don't think she had any like malicious intent towards any of the two birds that I used to have.
Mhm.
But it's still that thought, like, hell, my two birds that were in that cage together, that were bonded together, would fight each other every day, right?
Right.
Like, if one of them, so like, when Crow would like get too close to Birdie, Birdie would fucking attack Crow,
Wow.
and vice versa. When they got into their personal space, they fought each other, and I'm just like, why the fuck do you guys do that? You do it all the time on your own. You just get in each other's faces and then fight. Right? So like what if the off chance that this bitch is like, yeah, let me walk up to you, and it's the one day that they're like, oh, I'm not scared of you anymore, and then they try to fight her, and then the bird's like, oh, you're gonna bite me? I'm gonna bite you, you know?
Mm.
And this bitch's bites aren't soft.
I want a little pet monkey.
That would be cool. So just so that you know, there used to be this this place.
Anything I say, he just goes like on a whole tirade this episode. It's crazy.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have anything to talk about the last episode because it was like
Right.
all about my grandma, and I
Right.
felt sad and I couldn't really think of shit.
Yeah.
Right.
I took over majority.
Yeah.
So I felt comfortable with this one.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So
We're in the same mindset. I just like how anything I say, you're like, got it.
It's because like it's all coming to me.
Yeah, your
you know?
autism's kicking in.
It's finally like I'm back on track.
Sure.
I wanted this, you know.
Yeah, that's a shame. Tell me about the monkey.
It's a shame. What, that I wanted it to be able to talk.
Tell me about the monkey.
I feel like we haven't really been talking either because you were sick 1 week, you skipped the whole fucking thing.
We've been talking.
Fuck you. And then
I know what it is. We didn't talk
And then
for 2 days because I was sick and you were upset.
No. It's like we can't talk completely because whenever we try to talk, we have to like be careful because we want to say shit on the podcast.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, it's not like you want to make out. I'm just kidding. It's all good.
But no, I get it. Right?
Yeah,
That we save a lot of our juicy stuff for the
podcast, which we forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we end up forgetting about it. And like this time around, I'm like, I'm on it.
Okay, I'm with you.
I'm trying to think of everything. But just so that you know, this place, it was called D&D Pet Shop. It's literally like around the corner from my house. They used to get, like, illegally, they would get monkeys.
Wow.
And they would sell them for,
Wow.
like, top dollar.
And you named them. Wow.
Yeah, they're closed now.
Oh, okay.
They're no longer open.
We're in.
So it doesn't matter. Fuck you, D&D Pet Shop.
Damn.
That was the place. That's where I first bought Birdie, and I bought Crow. Oh my god, great place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. They sold monkeys.
Well, they sold a lot of different, like, so what happened is they would get like this fucking crate from hell knows where, like another fucking state or country, right? They'd get exotic animals all the time, right? But sometimes monkeys would get into the boxes just randomly. Like,
That is interesting.
and then they would get shipped to them, and then now they just have the monkey, and they would be like, well, time to sell you for 10 grand.
Yeah, they'd sell for top dollar.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah.
and people would fucking buy them.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I had the money,
Yeah, dude,
well, monkey.
little monkey.
Dude, I could be like Captain Barbosa from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh
That little monkey.
yeah,
So, Jack, little Jack,
yeah.
so cute and so awesome too. Stealing shit, dude. I'd be
Yeah.
sending that motherfucker in the bank. I'd be like, yo, go.
I know this is gonna sound odd, but
Everything you say sounds odd.
Me and my brother almost stole a monkey in Cuba.
It's always
It
Cuba.
would have been great. We went to like the saddest zoo you could have ever gone to,
Mm-hmm.
and they had monkeys, and there was this little baby monkey that fit out of the cage. Like,
Oh,
it fit through.
yeah, to the
like,
bars.
it had like 2 sets of cages, right? The first one, which is like bars, and then the second one was like a normal fence.
Mm.
It slipped right through the bars, and its like whole body could like squeeze through the fence. And you know what?
You could have done it.
Me and my brother, as soon as we saw that shit, you know what we did?
Hmm.
We were like, yes, we have food in our hands. Yes.
Come.
Come get the food. We put it as close as possible to the cage. The little monkey comes, reaches his hand out. Yeah, you're almost there, buddy.
Oh God.
Come on. Come on.
Trying to
And,
coax
like,
him.
He comes out, and like there's a railing thing, and it came out on the railing. And then I was like, okay, what do we do? What do we do? My brother was like, I got my backpack. We're going to fucking grab it and run. And I was like,
While it screams bloody murder.
yeah. I was like, okay. But there are literally guards right at the door. Like at the exit gate, there are guards there every time because
Mhm.
people do shit like that,
Mhm.
you know? Like they try to take shit and run. And I was like, are we even going to make it? So like we grabbed it, we put the monkey in the bag, and it starts screaming loud as fuck.
Oh wow.
We couldn't
You guys
get it.
actually went that far.
Oh, we fucking grabbed it. Dude,
Wow.
that was about to be my monkey.
Jesus.
I would have had a monkey. But it was too loud. Like it made so much fucking
Yeah.
noise. And we were like paranoid. Like we were walking, we're like shh, 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 and we're like feeding it more and more, and it's just screaming. And we're like, fuck it. We just dumped it out the bag and it ran away. So we assumed that it went back home.
Not in the lion cage or whatever the fuck else is going
Wherever
on.
the fuck it wanted, it went somewhere.
God.
Fuck that monkey.
Jesus.
He could have had a new family,
A better life.
a better life. I would have took him to America.
It sounds like slavery, but with extra steps.
Hey man, whatever gets the job done. He could have worked on my family's farm.
I told that story about how I still have the keys to the Detroit Zoo, allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's in my car.
Yeah.
All of the keys. The only thing it doesn't have is probably just the new keys to the new penguin exhibit.
Oh yeah.
Because it's new, you know?
hmm
Just in case.
I feel like we missed a topic that you wanted to talk about.
There was something that we were talking about this week. I forgot what it was. We got Priscilla out.
Yeah, we got Priscilla out.
We also got there's one thing you told that we got out.
Yeah,
I forgot what it was.
I don't know, but I'm gonna agree because yes.
Yeah.
And we talked about solo leveling.
Right? And there's something else. We did have something else.
Was it Tall Tales?
Telltale Games.
Telltale Games.
That's what it is. But we might go on for that for 2 hours.
Oh my god,
That might be like a 2-hour conversation.
Yeah, and
Or we could hit that for the next like 45 and call it from there.
you want to do 45?
Because we're
more?
almost at 3.
Are we?
Yeah.
See, we're at good timing.
We're at good timing. Yeah, when you talk, it's like a whole fucking nation just rebuilds itself and gets destroyed all over because of how much time you take.
Dude, yeah.
Whenever you say long story short, I literally like sit back and relax because I know it's gonna be 3 hours long.
Well, that's why, like some of the things I was like, you know what? I don't want it to be a short story. I'll tell you the
Yeah.
long one.
It's like you. I see it in your head. You go long story short, and then you think you're like, that's a long story. And then you keep going. I'm like, nah, there it is.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah.
Party people, we're going to close it there. Thanks so much for listening. We really appreciate it. This has been Unapologetic Voices with Thomas Tripp and Kyle Elio Torres. And don't forget our little companion who sits in the corner, Houdini. Oh yeah, that's the number one right there. Thanks so much for listening. Please leave a comment or a possible donation or a I don't know, some sort of slur at unapologeticvoices1@gmail.com. You can also comment directly on the Spotify. We are also on other forms of media such as Apple Podcasts and YouTube. Tune into that. Thanks so much for listening. Look forward to more content and see you on the next one.